What's up, everybody? Well, I got another Steam Deck gameplay video for you guys today, and today we're going to check out Mafia Definitive Edition again. Now, why am I doing that? Well, somebody let me know that, I think 3 weeks after I posted the video about me just being unable to launch it no matter what, someone said, nah, they just made it playable, so you can just play it anytime you want without any extra Proton GE or anything. So I went and tested it, and it worked. So as long as nothing happened in these 3 weeks to make it not work again, like what happened with Deathloop, we should be able to get you guys some gameplay footage this time. So I'm gonna go hook this thing up to the capture computer, and then we can have a look at some settings, and I know it's not gonna do ultra, so we'll go through all the settings, then at the very end we'll do my settings too, and the little camera gameplay as well. So let's go hop on into the game, shall we?
Well, alright. Let's take a look at the settings first. We're gonna try high. It's probably not gonna run well, but hey, maybe it'll get decent FPS, like at least close to 30. But a lot of times when I do this, it's like 15, 20 FPS, so we'll have to wait till we get in there, but hey, we just reached the bottom, so let's go hop in and see how it looks and how it plays. Well, alright, here we are in game on high settings. And wow, we actually are pretty close to 30. Yeah, it still drops down to like 27 and whatnot, but Elden Ring does that too, and that didn't bother me too much because it doesn't do it in a sharp manner. And that's not a huge frame FPS difference. Now, if you're going from 30 all the way down to 20, now that's a huge jump. You're gonna fucking notice that, that's for sure. Though there's some people that are super sensitive and can even notice if it drops a single frame. I can if I have like my OLED TV with everything being like super responsive, but not on the Steam Deck. Wow, it's like she tried to like get in front of me there. What the fuck? Still though, I'm actually impressed. The game looks and runs pretty well, even like this. I'm sure a bunch of people could just plop this thing on high and be completely content, to be honest with you. I'm gonna try for a constant 30 with my settings, but we'll see what I can do. It might not be possible. Well, with the game still looking good anyway. Alright, though. Why don't we go ahead and hop on to the next graphics setting. Now we will turn it down to medium. So let's just go through the settings one more time here for medium. And after that, there's just low, and then my settings. Not too much to do in this game. It doesn't have a plethora of settings, at least in the preset department. And optimized is just low, so I'm not going to bother with that. If it was different, I would mess with that too. But alright, at the bottom, back to the game. Alright, here's medium now. So again, let's just run around a little bit here. Seems like we're closer to 40 this time, but not quite able to do a constant 40. Maybe if we get to low, I could recommend a 40 FPS setting, where you could just lock the deck to 40, and then it would be totally cool. But we'll have to wait to see what low beholds, because it doesn't look like medium is doing it. I don't know what the button is for getting on stuff. That's obviously not it. Well, I'm showing the bike who's boss, that's for sure, but that's still not mounting it. Nope. Well, F that then. Let's abort mission. There's too many people around anyway.
Excuse you.
Excuse you. I'm running here.
You need glass.
I do. I'm on your car. Anyway, though, let's move on. Now, before we get to my settings, let's go do low real quick. So let's scroll on through these settings here. And there we are. That is the bottom of the settings already, so why don't we go ahead and get back into the game. All right. Now for some low. And wow, yeah, we are in the 40s. Let's see if we can stay there. Heck, we can even touch the 50s sometimes, not bad. And it's not like the game looks absolutely horrid like this. I'm sure a lot of people could have total fun with this. Just lock it to 40.
Going way back.
Well, so far so good. I don't think it's dropped under 40 yet, has it? I think it's gotten close once. It went down to like 44 or 43, but still, that's not under 40. And even if it does, it's probably going to be like 38, 39, you know? Who cares? Hey, dude. Yeah, that's not cool. You know what?
I'm calling the police.
Go ahead. Call them. Before you can call the police and they get here, I'm sure I will have crashed and killed myself.
Please send some officers down here now.
No need. I'm sure this problem will resolve itself. I'm basically going full throttle, and generally in these kind of games, full throttle bike doesn't go well. See? Just what did I just say? I tried to like weasel my way through there and crash right into a small bit of a wall. Out of everything I could have hit, I had to hit right there. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Well, since a lot of this is a loading screen, let's just get a little bit more gameplay here. Normally I would just edit this out, but it loads so fast, it's like, why bother? Also gives you a chance to see how quick the game loads. So since there was a loading screen in there, let's just run around a little teeny bit more here. Since I died, thanks to running around like a maniac on the motorcycle I just stole. Alright, now I think we should probably move on to my settings. Well, alright, now let's have a look at my settings here. Just cruise on down here. Got to the bottom and couldn't decide what I wanted for settings. I thought I fucked it up by slapping through them with the controller, and sometimes when you do that, you change settings, and I was like, shit, did I mess with something? But I'm pretty sure these were alright. But let's get into the game. Well, alright, let's take a look at my settings now. Get a little gameplay in. Okay, is it going to actually be able to do 40? I was planning on locking it to 30. But maybe I can lock it to 40 instead. Let's just keep running around and see. 38, 39, that's not a big deal. But if it drops down way lower than that, like down to 35 or something like that, then I won't bother, and I'll just drop it to 30. That way I know it'll just always be a consistent 30 non-stop and never drop. Oh, I think I just saw it hit 35 for a second there. 37. It's right on that line. I feel like a lot of people wouldn't care and they would just lock it to 40, but I don't like it going around and dropping FPS much. See, 34, 35. Yeah, 34, that did it. I'm definitely going to probably, once we switch over to camera, I think I'll lock it to 30 with the Steam Deck. It was close. I was almost going to say 40, but if it did that there, I'm thinking to myself, there's probably places out there in this game where it might drop even lower than that. This might not be the most intensive place at all. I just figured run around free roam downtown and probably be the best place to get settings, you know? Or settings tests. Ooh, is that Chinatown? Let's go to Chinatown. And why don't we also go move on to camera?
Well, alright guys, let's get a little camera gameplay now, and I figured we're gonna drop it to 30 FPS mode since it still dropped quite a bit to down to like 35, 36 when I was trying to do 40 with these settings. Now, if you want over like a 40 FPS experience, putting it on optimal settings seemed to get me like 40s and 50s the whole time, and it didn't look that bad on such a little screen, but I could definitely tell a pretty big hit in graphics, even on such a small screen. But that's just me. I have crazy good eyes. Most people don't notice the little stupid things I notice. But yeah, glad this game's working now. Yeah, if you limit it to 30, it's fucking smooth as butter. Well, as smooth as 30 can be, that is. I'd love to be 60, but that just ain't happening on this thing very often. Not except old games and emulating. Or indies. Like I do Vampire Survivors on 60, but I found out once you get to a certain stage where a lot of stuff gets on the screen, the Steam Deck drops down to like 5 FPS. So it's not exactly the funnest experience. I think I'll make a updated video of Vampire Survivors showing that just to warn people. I never got far enough to like see that happen in my video. And for a while, I wasn't that great at it, but then all of a sudden I got pretty decent, so started unlocking a bunch of characters and what have you. Unlocking some achievements. Looks like we got some construction. Can I climb over that? Fuck yeah, I can. Take that wall. I didn't do anything. It wasn't me. It was that other guy.
Please send some officers out here. Reports come in of a stolen car in Chinatown.
Figure we'll do a little driving too.
Broadcasting live from Furniture Department Store.
Man, feels like a rocket ship and we're barely moving.
Pursuit is called off. Abandon search and return to patrols.
Little fender benders, no big deal. Let's just not hit the trolley.
Please send some officers down here.
No.
Vehicle disturbance in the works quarter.
Alright. This seems like a good spot to park. Oh, you're not going to drive around with me in the back? Well, that's just lame. Super lame.
All officers, search is called off. Repeat, abandon search. Return to patrols.
You're damn right you abandoned the search. But alright though, I think that's plenty of camera gameplay, so why don't we now go wrap this video on up? Well alright guys, that is a wrap for Mafia Definitive Edition on the Steam Deck, and sure it couldn't hit 60 all the time, but I don't even worry about that anymore. As long as it can get 30 or 40, I'm a happy guy on the Steam Deck. And it is 30 just fine, not quite 40 at the settings I'd like to run, but if you guys turned it to optimal settings, which pretty much just puts everything on low, then it seemed to stay over 40, so you could just lock it to 40 FPS mode there if you care more about FPS than looks. But as you saw, it stayed stayed at a locked 30 the entire time. It did not drop even a single frame, not once while we were in that mode. So that is what I like to see. So if anybody's wanting to get this game, now it works. Well, at least for now, unless it's gonna pull a death loop on me and work for a video for me, and then a couple months pass and people tell me it doesn't work anymore, and that's a fucking verified game. Like, what the hell is going on with that, you know? So as long as that doesn't happen, more than playable game on here. So I'd highly recommend it on the Steam Deck. I've already beaten it, but it was a very fun game. But anyway, though, that is all I got for this particular video. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, because I sure as hell enjoyed making it for you. And until the next video, peace out, guys.